a new NFL season between the Green Bay Packers and the Atlanta Falcons. Greg Zuerlein now. He'll handle the honors to get us started. And off we go on EA Sports. Taking it about the 1. And makes it across the 20 as his guys will set up shop at the 23-yard line.
Covers Tampa 2 and cover 1 Keith.
On the set.
Audible. Give cushion.
Right, 60. Ready.
They're going to start the drive here on the ground with Patterson. And this will go as a gain of 7 as he gets it to the 30-yard line. The success there, Charles, coming on the outside of the field, the ground game. Curious to see if that continues as we progress.
Yeah, we often talk about a variety in play calling and usually between run and pass. But in this case, with strictly the run game, you can be creative there as well. Run it inside, run it outside, keep the defense off balance.
Zone drop, defend medium, cover 2 invert.
So they'll come up after the gain of 7 on a 2nd and 3.
Give cushion.
On 2nd down, a run with Patterson. And he is met in his tracks behind the line of scrimmage. It'll be a loss of a yard, and that's going to lead to a 3rd and 4 coming up.
It always helps when you get great run support from your safeties, and when you get one who can actually read the play and get upfield and shut it down before it gets going, that's exactly what you're looking for.
Out of the gun now on 3rd down. Packer pressure, and down he goes. Preston Smith comes in for the sack. The Falcons send out their punter. He'll kick it away after a 3-and-out on the opening drive of the game. That'll be put in the books as a 53-yard punt. And they will take over 1st and 10.
Fork shot. Thick jet. Flood. Inside. White curl. Pagos. T-corner. Mesh post. Inside. Fork. RPO zone. Thick. RPO zone alert bubble.
Rodgers will break the huddle and bring the pack up 1st and 10 at their own 28-yard line.
Triangle button.
Now the man from UTEP, this is Aaron Jones. And he'll manage to pick up about 4 at 2nd down.
Brandon, we just saw the benefits of being able to run the ball successfully. They pick up 4 yards on that carry. So now if you're a play caller, you can do just about anything you want, but on the defensive side of the ball, you're scrambling a little bit. Now you're behind, trying to figure out, do I need to blitz him? Do I need to pressure him? How do I gain an advantage on this snap?
A 2nd down pass play there, but it's incomplete.
Good coverage on the outside, and I think that's where he wanted to check that down to. But once he saw the danger over there, he just threw that one over everyone's head. Smart play.
Thick jet. Flood. Inside. White curl. Pago slot cross.
So after the 2nd down incompletion, they'll come up now against a 3rd and 6. To throw, it's Rodgers. He has it complete to Christian Watson. And he is going to have a Packers 1st down as they're able to get the 3rd down conversion.
This is a nice job of just taking what the defense is going to give you on 3rd down. You're not looking for a big play downfield. You just want to find something that can get you past the marker. They found it. They were able to keep the drive moving.
And they're going to get this up to midfield.
I think that's a big pickup for a 1st down because when you run a drag route against zone, you're sometimes asking for trouble because you might run into a defender.
Yeah, well, there they ran into a 1st down. Executed it to perfection.
Max protect. R1 button. Circle button.
From midfield, here's Rodgers.
Circle button.
This is caught. It's Christian Watson. And they'll wind up getting this one all the way down inside the 20. Give him 32 on the play.
Well, he reminded us that he was a 1,000-yard receiver a year ago as he starts off week 1 picking up right where he left off. He told us at the end of the preseason he was primed for a big year. He just gave us excellent evidence of his belief.
Just a yard on the pickup there, and it'll bring up a 2nd and 9.
Now that's the type of play that'll fire up the defense. Hold them to 1 yard on a first down run. It'll be interesting to see if the offense decides to press the run at all, but they'll abandon it now after gaining only 1 on that play.
Player, there are hail, sing, option is die, corner post.
Here's 2nd and 9, just a yard on that last run.
Triangle button. Triangle button. Triangle button.
They'll go again to Jones. They follow up the first down 1 yard run with a minimal gain of 2.
Option is set. Packers team. Slot fake shot. Packers team.
8th play of the drive forthcoming, and they need 8 yards on 3rd down.
Post corner. R1 button. R1 button. Cross. R1 button. R1 button. Square button. Circle button. R1 button.
Throwing is Rodgers.
Triangle button.
Caught on the right side by Jones. And the Packers are going to have 1st and goal as they try to finish off this drive with 6 points. This is shaping up to be a really nice-looking drive to get the season underway here.
And how long do you think that they actually have been plotting this drive? I'm talking about the coaching staff, right? They've been thinking about this for a while now, and I think they're executing it even better than what they expected.
A chance for their first points of the season here as it's 1st and goal. Now they'll put a receiver in motion left. Jones will score. Touchdown, Packers. So that a great sequence for these guys to begin the ball game. They force the punt on one end and come right down the field and score on the other.
And that's a great example of leaning on each other and building a little momentum that way. How about the defense forcing the punt, turns it over to the offense with confidence, and they take it downfield and score.
Now after the touchdown, it's Zerline. He'll kick it away. Taken in at the 3. And up to about the 26-yard line, just across the 25.
Cover 1 Robert showed you. Cover 2 Inver.
About set to begin their next drive, the Falcons offense at the line. They went 3 and out on their first drive of the new season. Not an ideal beginning as they start drive number 2, 1st and 10. They find some open field here. And he has a big gain inside the 40 before being dropped. It's a gain of 35. One thing that's great about watching him run, Charles, he doesn't hesitate. He got to the left side of his O-line and just went.
So there's 2 ways to look at that. One, just absolutely unconcerned, just takes off and goes. But more the latter, I think, which is he has absolute confidence in the guys in front of him, the guys doing the blocking for him. He just takes it and goes with abandon.
Give him a couple on the carry there, 2nd and 8.
Certainly a nice job there by the defense rallying to the football and getting him on the ground, but I think the play gets made by the defensive front because if they can't get upfield, their job is to go ahead and get low, almost get into a ball sometimes, stack things up, and make it difficult for the runner to find a hole.
And he's swallowed up right near the line of scrimmage. Officially no gain on the play, and they're left with a 3rd and 8. Maybe I'm wrong, but it looked like even if he had opted to keep that, I don't think there was going to be much to gain.
Seemed like it was perfectly defense. And know what they say? Those guys on the other side, they get paid too.
On 3rd down, he'll drop to throw. He'll find Paris Campbell. That's complete. And he is going to have a Falcons 1st down as they're able to get the 3rd down conversion.
As an unbiased observer, I think it would have been interesting to see what they would have done if they hadn't gotten the 1st down there. But since they did, I guess the point is moot.
Yeah, they were right there in that middle ground field goal range. And he's going to have to eat this one as down he goes.
Entering
a loss of 3 on the sack made by multiple defenders.
Quarter, Gunplant. Man double bus.
After 1, 7-0 on EA Sports.
Entering. Cover 2 sink. Cover 1 contains spy.
Following the sack, they'll try to change their fortune here on 2nd and 13. They'll set up to throw. That's Cordero Patterson hauling it in. And he's brought down here just outside of the 20. He's already proven to be a factor in the running game on this drive. Now he gets involved in the passing game.
I think what we're seeing here is the modern version of workhorse in the NFL, being able to run it and catch it with equal proficiency.
On 3rd and short, they'll try and pick it up through the air. This to Pitts, and he's got him. Touchdown, Atlanta. Kyle Pitts from 21 yards away. And the Falcons are an extra point away from drawing level. Extra point by Koo, up and good. And we are tied at 7. So all even at 7 now as they kick it away. Fields it right around the goal line. And he'll be brought down right on the chalk of the 20. So potentially a good chance now to answer back from the touchdown a minute ago as they get 15 yards tacked on.
It's going to give them much better starting field position, and they didn't even have to make an extra play to get it.
So now factoring in the face mask, here's 1st and 10.
Circle button. Circle button. R1 button.
Working from the gun. Rodgers.
Square button.
Pressure brought in, and the Falcons get there for the sack. He couldn't get rid of it. He takes the sack for a loss of 6 to bring up 2nd down. And they weren't in zone coverage. They were in man, and each man did his job.
And that looked like vintage, old-school coverage, didn't it? Man coverage reminded me of an old Raiders team. They had a Hall of Famer at one corner and a Defensive Player of the Year at the other, and they just locked people down.
Protection certainly going to need to be a bit better here on 2nd and 16. Another try after the first down sack. Rodgers, he's going to sling this deep downfield. And that will be incomplete. Trying to dial up the long way out there, but it'll be 3rd down. An incomplete pass on that last play, and that means they'll need to come up with something here on 3rd down.
Triangle button. Triangle. Audible. Circle button.
Now Rodgers.
R1 button. R1 button.
Got a man, it's Tunyon. And he'll be taken down, but not before they work it across midfield. That was no 3rd and 2. That was 3rd and 16, but they get the conversion anyway.
And there's a completion to the tight end. And look at the size of these players nowadays. At that spot, 6'4", 6'5", and up. A lot of guys used to be basketball players, somehow came back to football. That's really good for the game of football. You're getting better athleticism, great hand-eye coordination, guys who know how to control their bodies when they run their routes.
On 2nd down, it's Jones. And some room to work. Touchdown, Packers.
Entering play call, coach suggestions.
Well, if the plan is to come in here and go toe-to-toe with these guys, it certainly does not hurt if you hit them with a big shot along the way, too.
That's got to give them some confidence. And the other thing right now, it quiets this crowd, at least for the time being.
Yeah, that is what is called the intended consequence of their actions.
Now after the touchdown, it's Zerline. He'll kick it away. And they will not get a chance to return this one as it's through the end zone for a touchback.
Cover, man double gut, cover 2 sim, cover 6, Tampadu, punt plan, 3 to 4, option, cover, Storm Brave, cover 4 quarters.
The Atlanta offense out there for their next drive. After that last score we just saw, now 14-7, so a chance to march down the field here, try to tie this football game. Beginning on the ground with Patterson. And he'll get this up just shy of the 30.
Entering play call.
I feel like I can see what he was thinking on that carry. Wanted to follow that big tackle through the hole. Ended up only getting 4 yards on the carry. I think he had designs on that one being bigger.
Audible. Pass.
Once more, they turn to Patterson. And some space here. And he takes this up to the 40-yard line before being corralled. 59 yards rushing for him in this first half as he is looking in mid-season form here in the opener.
A good run there off right tackle in an old-school NFL football. The right side of the offensive line, often known as the nasty side. The left side, usually the technical side. Kind of reminds me of the old Atlanta Falcons 2009-2010. That's how they constructed their offensive line.
And he has a big gain inside the 40 before being dropped. So into Packer territory now. Here's 1st and 10 at the 38. A throw there, but that's going to wind up incomplete.
Nice progress down the field was halted by that incompletion. They could try for some safe yards here to get things moving again, or keep throwing it and pushing it downfield to try and pick up bigger yardage.
An incomplete pass on 1st down. That leads to a 2nd and 10. Patterson, he'll try it up the middle. And he is met quickly in the backfield. Down he goes, folded like a lawn chair. 2 yards the loss, and now 3rd and 12.
Sometimes I forget how much information he has to go through before the ball's even snapped. But what a diagnosis right there. Saw the play, shot through the gap like a rocket, and ends up spilling it for a loss.
Give cushion.
Now they'll throw here out of the gun. He's going to fire one deep over the middle. And he bats it away, and it falls down incomplete.
Well, when you've got a tight end who can run, you've got to give him a shot to unlock the defense. You want to see what they can get, taking the big shot downfield. That one winds up incomplete.
There are 7 categories. There are 2 subcategories. Auction is set to 1 3 to 7 11 plays. You have 13 auctions. Quarter is selected. Coach suggestions. Gunplay. Formation. 4-4. Split. You have 9 options. Cover 3
The Falcons send out their punter as he'll punt it away for the 2nd time. Oh, and what a play on special teams here. This is going to be down inside the 5, all the way down at the 2-yard line.
And he's got to be fired up about that effort. I don't think he could have walked down and placed it any better than where he ended up putting the football. That was excellent.
The Packer offense ready to get their next drive underway. And right now they're saying, hey, let's keep this going. 2 drives, 2 touchdowns.
Yeah, can't ask for a better start than that, can you? I mean, this is the way you practice it. This is the way you rehearse it. But right now, the play calling, they're locked in really well.
They needed some breathing room. He gave it to them. 11 yards and a 1st down.
Well, so much for being backed up against their goal line to start the drive. He gave some breathing room and then some. I think the defense really got caught thinking safety, trying to stack the line of scrimmage. And oftentimes, if you can get past the initial grouping, there's a lot of room to run. The defense actually fortunate that didn't go farther.
And they'll keep on the ground with Jones. And he'll take this ahead for about 4. 2nd down coming up.
And that was a quality play to start a new set of downs. That was simply an offensive line winning the battle up front and winning in a big way and giving their guy in the backfield a nice lane to hit.
Normal Y off close. There are 25
the run got 4. Now they deal with a 2nd and 6.
Triangle button.
To throw is Rodgers.
Cross button.
And that falls to the ground, incomplete.
Entering
a nice job of bodying it.
Code. Pop-up menu. You have 3 options. Enter. AHB select. WR. Slot 2. Slot 4. Slot 2. Slot 4. Slot 6. Deselected. Slot 2. Entering information. FD selected. Slot 3. LT selected. Slot 2. WR slot 4. Slot 5. Slot. CB selected. Slot 3. Slot 4. FS select. SS select. P select. KR select. 3DR. RDT selected. SUBLB selected. Slot 2. Slot 1. SLCB selected. Slot 2. Entering Entering. Cancel. Pop-up waiting for your peer to resume online game. Cancel. Entering. Play call.
And now it brings up third down.
Formation. Play. T-corner. Pagos. Y-curl. Inside. Flood. Fixjet. RPO zone. Pa-fork. Inside zone. Mesh post. T-corner. Mesh post. Pago slot. Pago slot cross.
And this offense on third down today, a perfect 3 for 3 as they look to keep that streak going. This will be 3rd and 6.
Triangle button. Triangle button. Fade. Cross button. R1 button.
Now it's Rodgers. And that is incomplete. Oh, he did everything but hold on to it. But a nice play defensively, and now it brings up 4th down. So on 4th down, on is the punter, Pat O'Donnell, to kick it away. Cordero Patterson deep for Atlanta. And it's fielded at the 34. It'll be a 10-yard return following a punt of 45. And the Falcons will be taking over 1st and 10.
To the 4 DBL mug, there are 6 categories.
About set to begin their next drive, the Falcons offense at the line. Over on the sideline, hoping to hit that reset button between possession. And the defense has it covered. It's intercepted. Rasul Douglas picks it. And the Packers are going to take possession of the football.
Inside mesh post. R1 button. R1 button. Cross button. Triangle. Texas. Square button. Cross button. Cross button. Square
so
button.
After the INT,
Triangle
it's Rodgers. He's going to go for a big play downfield. Got a man. It's caught inside the 10.
Entering franchise screen, you have 6 options. Resume is selected. Resume. Coach. Pop-up menu, you have 3 options. Enter. A. W are select. LG selected. R selected. Ray selected. DT selected. Low hold selected. MLB select. Slot 2. Row hold selected. MLB selected. Slot 3. CB selected. Slot 2. Slot 3. Slot 4. Slot 3. Slot 4. Entering, cancel, entering, play call, coach suggestions. There are 9 categories. You have 15
His first
options.
NFL reception goes for 6. And the Packers are able to strike quickly to add on to their lead.
Entering, play call,
good with a PAT. And it's now 21-7. Now after the touchdown, it's Zerline. He'll kick it away. And this will be a touchback as that sails over the end line.
Toddler. Sugar 3. Temperature. Cover 2 drop. Cover 4 drop. Cover. Big Nick. 5. Nick. Dime. 1. Cover 2 man.
The Atlanta offense out there for their next drive. And we'll see if they can bounce back from that last drive, in particular, if they can bounce back at the quarterback position, Charles, after throwing their first interception of the ball game.
Yeah, some guys, you know they're going to want to try and get a big play right away and take control back. Others, they're going to look to hit a couple shorter passes and get a little momentum back that way.
But for the defense, that goal's not changing a bit. They want another pick.
You're exactly right about that. In fact, you've got to watch them a little bit because in coverage, they may cut down their gaps a little bit, maybe their splits a little bit in order to try and get to the ball even faster.
As usual, the hallmark of a good run defense, linebackers making plays near the line of scrimmage. Absolutely nowhere to run there.
Prowl slant freeze, FS middle, buck slant, prowl slant freeze scheme.
And let's see the Packers defensively, 6 DBs, so a dime look on third.
Could play coverage or bring pressure.
Now a shotgun snap as they'll look to throw. Oh, that's into a sea of bodies, and it's intercepted. Picked off by Levante David. And the Packers are going to take possession of the football. CD, I know it's just his second year in the league as a quarterback, but that's going to be one when he flips on the tape. He's like, I shouldn't have thrown that ball.
No doubt about it, and his coaching staff will be emphatic about he shouldn't have thrown that ball. But remember, second year, as you noted,
on-the-job training, so he's got to take this feedback.
And now this is intercepted. My goodness. And the Falcons are going to get it back here just shy of the 20.
Boy, that's the kind of interception that can save a game right there. They're already down 2 scores. Huge play, slowing down what was going against them.
I was thinking the same thing. You get down 3 scores there at this stage, could be in for a long ball game. About set to begin their next drive. The Falcons offense at the line. Got this complete to the tight end Pitts. Down he goes at the 23, a pickup of 4. Second and 6. Looking for Campbell downfield. Oh, this is taken in. It's complete. And he'll be taken out of bounds all the way down near the 35-yard line. A big play there just before halftime. 42 yards. So that changes things a bit. Here's a 1st and 10 all the way down at the 35. He's going to let this go. Back of the end zone. And this is going to be intercepted. Picked off by Jair Alexander. And the Packers are going to have it here at their own 9-yard line. 3 first-half interceptions now. And, Charles, you'd have to think a fair amount of concern is developing over there on that sideline.
And there should be, because essentially he's been a little loose and possibly reckless with the football here in the first half. Now, maybe it's not all on him, but still 3 interceptions. That puts the entire team in jeopardy. So the play caller from here on out got to design some throws for him that he can complete, keep it away from the defense, and try and get him back on track. Not a huge play, but I think they're more than happy with how it turned out. Don't be surprised to see them revisit that call, because there's a lane there for more than just 5 yards. Put in your back pocket and break it out when you need it.
And the Falcons get there. The Falcons get the sack. Down he goes.
Entering play call.
Brady Jarrett making his presence felt. He gets the sack. So we've reached halftime here on opening weekend. As we'll send you down to Orlando, and we check in with Jonathan Coachman for our EA Sports Halftime Report. Coach.
Enter, run out, run, throw it meaty, throw it key, blitz counter, running, blitz counter, run, throw it medium.
Welcome back. Halftime over. We are ready for quarter number 3. Alongside Charles Davis, I'm Brandon Gordon. We'll see if week 1 fatigue becomes any kind of a factor as we are back underway in the second half. Taking it about the 1. And able to get this across the 20, but not much further as he's dropped at the 23-yard line.
Option is set. Jet touch pass.
The Packer offense ready to get their next drive underway. And they've got the lead. CD, what do you think the message was at halftime?
I don't think the message was too drastic, I think, at the half, or that they need to change things too much. I do think the offensive line could play a little bit better. I think they'll try and help them out more. They'll probably keep a tight end in a few more times and maybe add a running back to the formation and pick up those pass rushers, because they probably allowed a few too many sacks for comfort in the first half.
On the counter, here's Jones. And they'll bring him down at the 27-yard line.
Square button. Triangle button.
Completed out left to Dobbs. And he's out of bounds, able to take this one up to the 35.
And across.
A little too much extracurricular there.
When you have a game with a lot of contact, tensions are going to run pretty high. You're going to be emotional, but you have to harness it somehow, and he didn't on that play.
So the yellow flag came out, and that leads to a new set of downs for this offense, 1st and 10. After the penalty, it's Jones. And forget about finding a lane. He barely had time to look up before he was planted in the backfield. A loss of a full 3 yards, and now it's 2nd down.
Circle, cross. Square button. Triangle button.
Play action. Now it's Rodgers.
Triangle button.
He's going to launch this thing way downfield. And that's going to be incomplete. Good effort there, trying to take a shot, but it's 3rd down.
I know you felt like saying touchdown there, didn't you, partner? That looked like a sure 6 points, but the contact jarred it free.
Got his hands on it, could not hold on through the end of the play. Now on 3rd and long, they'll look to throw. He's going to launch this deep for Watson. It got his man complete. And they will touch him down, but not before he gets the first. It's a big play there for Green Bay. 53 yards. Was that supposed to be a curl route and then he improvised, or you think it was designed like that?
I think it was designed because one thing quarterbacks can't stand is being crossed up on routes. They don't like too much improvisation. So most of the time when you see a play, it was drawn up that way, and that one was executed perfectly.
And the defender bit on the curl. Well, I think the hope is, with a touch pass like that, maybe you catch the defense off guard, but they were all over that one.
And it is the kind of play that works better against certain defenses, and this clearly was the wrong one to run into. Really nice job getting him down behind the line of scrimmage.
Triangle button. Cross button.
Second down and goal. Rodgers toward the back corner of the end zone, but he could not get the feet down. This will wind up incomplete. Another shot here from the 2 as they come up on 3rd and goal.
Circle button.
Throwing now is Rodgers. This is caught. And it's a Packers touchdown. A great play there. Making quite a splash with his second touchdown of his NFL debut. And the Packers are looking good here in the season opener as they're able to extend their lead. The PAT would extend their lead, but there is a flag on the play. After the roughing penalty on the PAT, they'll kick off from 15 yards further upfield. And that'll carry over the back line of the end zone for a touchback.
3 to 4. Cover 1 hole.
Falcons 1st and 10 here as Ritter gets them ready at their 25-yard line. Now Patterson to start the drive. And he takes us beyond the 35 before going out of bounds. 68 yards rushing for him now on what was his 10th carry of the ball game.
Coming in, he really liked his chance of having a big year based on a terrific offseason. And runs like that on opening weekend show that he's right.
And now a throw on 1st down there, but it's incomplete.
Another attempt, another incompletion. And when I look at the scoreboard and where we are in this game, it comes to mind that they have to start getting the ball in the hands of their playmakers. Throw it to the guys that maybe can take a short pass and turn it into a long gain or make people miss downfield. They've got to have points. And the guys who can put the ball in the end zone, they're the ones that need to touch the ball.
And he puts his head down and gets up to the 42 for a gain of about 6.
That's a really nice job by them picking up the run blitz and detecting it and blocking it and turning it into a nice run. And a lot of times you think if you blitz a running play, you're going to smother it. But a lot of the blitzers, they come in a little bit high. They don't have great leverage, and they're easily blocked and turned to the side.
This offense in desperate need of a conversion as they come up on 3rd down. Looking to throw. And complete to Drake London. And this is going to result in another 1st down as the tackle's made at the Packers' 44-yard line. And they'll get 14 yards out of it and a fresh set of downs. So into Packer territory now. Here's 1st and 10 at the 44-yard line. He'll drop to throw. And his pass is intercepted for the 4th time today. Rasul Douglas picks it. And the Packers are going to have great field position here as this is returned just shy of midfield. Boy, so another interception, CD, and it feels like he's starting to unravel a little bit.
And as you would expect, still a work in progress here in his 2nd season. He has to start ironing out some of these mistakes, though, because now his head coach, his offensive coaches, they have to evaluate whether you keep playing him and let him work through it, or you start thinking about going to his backup.
That one will be incomplete. He caught it, but could not stay in bounds for the long connection.
Well, partner, I think the defensive fellas got the memo, and they decided to cover him on that play.
Yeah, he's already up over 100 yards in this game. They tried a deep shot, couldn't get it.
Yeah, when you've had that much success, finally someone said, let's try and put a stop to it and put people on it.
Circle button.
He's got the hook up with Dobbs. And he's going to be marked down just inside the 35.
And
while we may be looking at the scoreboard, this offense certainly is not, because they're showing no signs of backing down, even with a 3-score lead here in the third quarter. I think they keep taking their shots. They've seen blown leads happen throughout this league. They don't want to fall victim to it themselves.
On first down, Rodgers escaping the pressure right. Nothing open downfield, so he'll throw it away. Not his best throw there, but where we sit right now in the third quarter, he's had a pretty good game throwing the football.
He certainly has, and it's not exactly at the point where we're doing 4-minute offense yet, but they've got to think about, I'm not going to say milking the clock, but understanding clock management here on out.
Formation. There are 9 categories. There are 25 subcategories. Option is set to cluster 9 plays. You have 9 options. Choose the player to read. Choose the new player. Choose the player to choose. Formation. There are 9 categories.
Second and 10, third quarter of the season opener.
Set to cluster 9 plays. You have 9 options. Gun is selected.
And again, it's Rodgers. And that went too far in front. He couldn't reel it in. It's incomplete. Just a little beyond the reach there of his receiver. That's probably one he wishes he had back.
He wishes it had been 7-on-7 in practice, or maybe even routes versus air, because that's a completion he makes, 9.9 times out of 10? Just missed that one.
Triangle button. Cross button.
And this time he's got the hook up. It's complete.
Entering play
almost, but not quite. Needed 10. He got 9. Fourth down.
FB dive.
Well, it looks like they got what they wanted. They got the completion, but they weren't able to break any tackles or gain nearly enough yardage to pick up the first down. Now to be fourth and short.
Zerline's kick is up and through. So after 4 touchdowns in the game for this offense, this time they're forced into taking the 3.
But you didn't mention 4 touchdowns, right? So 4 out of 5, not too bad. I think that's a pretty good record for them.
After the made field goal, Zerline back out there now to send this one away. And this will not be returnable. It's out of the back of the end zone for a touchback.
Zone drops, hooks hot. Zone drops, hooks. Zone cut, gun plan. Error. GL 6. Cover 4. Cover 1 LB blitz.
Okay. The Atlanta offense out there for their next drive. I kind of feel like they've reached a do-or-die point in this game, Charles. If they're going to try to pull off an impressive comeback, it has to start right here, right now.
Yeah, now they've got a final chance to get out of this situation, but they also understand they've got to move the ball and move it fast. In addition, they need to save as much time so they can get 2 more possessions.
Back to throw now on 2nd and 10. Got a man, it's Patterson, complete. And not much to speak of. Call it a 1-yard gain up to the 26.
Well, offensively, that's the mismatch that you want. You want to force a linebacker to try and cover your back out of the backfield, out in some open space. But linebackers nowadays, they run like backs, and they take a lot of pride in covering. What a nice play he made there in the open field.
Out of the gun now on 3rd down. And this is going to be incomplete. Another throw there off the mark, and obviously he's battled all of the interceptions. Things just haven't been true to form for him. I don't know. What do you think's going on out there, CD?
That's a great question, and my suspicion is he's been coached really well to not show that he's having a problem. You know, they always tell you no matter what, you keep throwing the football with confidence. Well, we're not seeing a confident thrower right now. He's off balance, the passing game's off balance, and the defense is taking advantage.
The Packer offense ready to get their next drive underway. And now you've got the clock winding down here in the 3rd quarter. Your 3 scores to the good. What's your approach on this drive?
Too early to fully commit to playing the clock game. Yet at the same time, you're also not going pell-mell like you would in 2-minute offense. This is what NFL offenses call 4-minute football. Take the clock out of the game a little bit, wind it down, but at the same time, keep advancing the ball down the field.
And forget that 100-yard rushing game, at least for the moment, as he'll lose yardage here and fall back under the century mark for the game.
Well, that was one of the few times they've been able to contain him thus far. He's over 100 yards for the game, but he lost a bit off his total on that carry.
Triangle button. Cross button.
And they're not going to get to the line to run another play. So we will switch ends as the third quarter has come to a close. We'll return with more after this. You're watching the NFL on EA Sports.
Power alert. Inside zone. Punch. Padu. Punch X. Padu. Gun. Option is set. Cluster. Z spot.
The offense on third down. They've been very good. 5 for 7 thus far. Here it's 3rd and 3. Here's Rodgers. And that's knocked away and incomplete.
Well, fourth quarter with a 3-score lead here, Charles, but they're still going back to the air looking for more points.
Well, with this game well in hand, it's an opportunity for the guys to come off the bench and get a chance to play. And a lot of coaches, they want to run their full playbook no matter who's on the field.
O'Donnell, he's on to punt as he gets this one away. A nice punt, but a good run back as well, 13 yards. And it will be Falcon football.
Blitz L, Mike Blitz 0. LB, Mike Blitz 0.
Here we go.
About set to begin their next drive, the Falcons offense at the line. And whatever promise they showed in the preseason has not translated into week 1 because they have not been particularly competitive here at home, no less. These fans just kind of beside themselves right now. They'll look to throw now on first down. And he'll complete this one to Patterson. And they're going to get this to about the 44-yard line.
Entering play.
Looked like a pretty good, safe play right there. No, he's had trouble with the interceptions in this game there. It's his guy on the flat.
And so many times we hear quarterbacks and offensive coordinators talk about in your progressions, you're either throwing the touchdown or you're throwing the check down. But earlier in the game, it was touchdown or interception. Now he got to the check down, a nice safe throw, and a good one. They lead big, and a major part of that has been how they've taken their play to a whole new level this second half. No points allowed since the break, and you can add another incompletion to the total number that they forced in this runaway contest.
And they're going to get this down to about the 37. Line of scrimmage, the 37 on 1st and 10. Back to throw again. Another completion right back to Patterson. And this will go as a gain of 7 as he gets it to the 30-yard line. You got the big lead defensively. Willing to give him that underneath stuff, right?
And this is why you work on your tackler. Tackle them after the catch, inbounds, keep the clock running. Just go ahead and bleed the game out that way.
The play action fake. They'll look to throw. And that one off the mark behind him. Incomplete.
And that's another play that's painted the picture of this game overall. It's been a blowout. It's been continually fueled by big turnovers and stops for one side and an inability to advance the ball from the other.
7th play of the drive now as they come up on a 3rd and 3. They'll stick with the passing game as he looks to throw. Open man, there is Patterson, complete. And he's going to have a Falcons first down by a couple of yards as they're able to convert here on 3rd and 3.
But they certainly had success throughout this contest, getting him the ball in the passing game, and there he picks up another first down. Whatever they saw going into this one, they've been able to capitalize on it, and no adjustment has been made to take it away.
Throw over the middle, going to be caught here by Pitts. And he's brought down inside the 20 at the 18-yard line. That's a staple of this offense. Drag route to the tight end.
Yeah, he's unable to use his size to break off much more yardage after the catch, but still an effective gain nonetheless.
Throwing again on 2nd down, but this time it's incomplete.
That incompletion brings us one step closer to the end of this one. Maybe mercifully, partner. And let's face it, though, no surprise they're still flinging it around. They have pride, too.
They'll look to throw again. Going for it all. To the end zone, but it's incomplete.
That's coverage you'd expect to see in a tie game late. Not in a lopsided game like this. They are not letting up.
Cover 0 blitz. Cover back strength. Cover OK. Cover 3 scheme.
On the ready.
Audible. Spread. Give cushion.
Green jack.
Got to try it here. He's back to throw. And it's going to be batted down, and we'll go the other way with the football. The Falcons go for it, but it doesn't work out. And the Packers D comes up with a big stop. The Packer offense ready to get their next drive underway. Been a very strong performance for them, really, on both sides of the football. The turnover on down's the most recent example, and now he tries to force it in, and it's intercepted. Picked up by Deion Jones, the linebacker. And the Falcons are going to take possession of the football. And they'll take possession already in the red zone and in a great spot to add points to the scoreboard.
And Brandon, how many times have we seen a defense with a lot of field behind them get even more aggressive, right? They feel like they've got them not pinned down, but in a favorable spot for them. And they took advantage of it there. Got a nice interception and set up their offense in great shape.
Okay, ready?
Off the play fake, he'll look to throw. And he'll be out of bounds, taking it just shy of the 10 at the 11 or the 12. 6 yards there off the scramble, but it'll still leave him with a third down.
I did like his decision-making there to make sure they picked up something instead of forcing a throw. Now they've got more manageable play coming up to try and pick up the first down. And don't rule out the possibility that he just keeps it and runs again.
And he'll be taken down, but he does have first down yardage. Patterson into a mass of bodies, and I think they held him out. They did. Call it no gain, and it's going to be second and goal. And he got off the end there very quickly to make that play.
That was almost like the bullet train, wasn't it? I mean, just zoom. Quick, quick, quick. And what a terrific play, holding them to no gain.
Zone drop, zone cover, defend, cover, DPLC, cover, blitz, sand, cover, storm, saw blitz 1.
Another shot from the 1 on second and goal.
Give cushion.
And he will take it in for a Falcon touchdown. A great effort there with his first career touchdown in his first career game. And the Falcons use the short field to get in for 6. And my goodness, another interception. Picked off by Darnell Savage. And now nothing but green ahead of him. And he takes it all the way back. It's a pick 2, if you will, as that play backfires in a big way. Following the touchdown, here's Koo to kick off. And we'll see a return here from the end zone. And not a good return at all. Down inside the 10, all the way back at the 7.
Anytime you feel the kickoff inside your own end zone, you've got to be decisive about whether you're bringing it out or not. Sometimes that indecision can really cost you. That may have been what happened on that play.
The Packer offense ready to get their next drive underway. Certainly no reason to panic. They've got the 3-score lead, but the turnover last time, the interception that led to a touchdown, you'd have to think they might not be dialing that up again.
Yeah, probably not. They're still in fantastic shape, though, so I would imagine before we tried it out here for this series, head coach probably just leaned over to him and was like, listen, we're wearing these color shirts. Throw it to those guys, not the others. Try to make a joke out of it and just let them go out there with a little bit more confidence.
Square button. R1 button.
Here's Jones again on second down. And this is going to be back-to-back tackles for a loss here, as the Falcons defense yet again drops him behind the line. That backs him up 1 yard and brings up third down.
Stretch, AHD control, slants, jet sweep, power, doubles, formate, play type, T-corner, Pago slot cross. Y curl, inside, flood. Thick jet path, RPO zone alert bubble, puff, RPO zone alert bubble.
And not an easy spot here. They'll be in search of 13 yards to try to pick up the first. On third and long, it's Rodgers going up top. He's got a man, complete. And he's going to be taken down right at the 40-yard line. It's a big play there for Green Bay. 56 yards. Offensively, another big chunk of yardage, Charles, but defensively, they had all this talk about trying to limit explosive plays. They have not been able to do that.
They discussed it all week, but they haven't been able to execute it at all. Haven't been able to find a way to slow down this offense. They're seeking answers and not coming up with any.
They're still throwing the football here, and obviously the incompletion stops the clock. That's a bad thing.
Feels to me like they're just keeping them honest on defense because you know they're going to stack the line of scrimmage and try and stop any type of a running play. Short little passes may work in exchange of running plays. Keep the clock moving, keep them moving.
I guess you're right. If they can get some first downs, just as good as running the football.
And when you've thrown as many interceptions as he has in this one, you definitely start getting a little hesitant to throw the ball out wide because that's prime pick six territory. That time, he made sure the only guy who's going to catch it was sitting in the third row.
And he'll only get this to about the 35. Well short of the line to gain. Call it a gain of 5. Fourth down now.
52 yards is selected.
And this one will not get there. It's off to the left anyway. It's no good, and they will not be able to add on to their 20-point lead. Well, they can probably live with that with this late lead in the fourth quarter. That's one of the few things that's gone wrong.
You're exactly right. This one was well in hand. That kick there was more for cosmetics, to add to their score. Not getting it, that shouldn't harm them at all.
They're throwing to start the drive, but that one incomplete.
At this point in the game, they've got to continue to try anything they can. They're still working at it, even though this one feels like a lost cause.
Formation. Tampa 2-1. Cover 2 man.
So now 2nd and 10 after the incompletion on first down.
Pass.
They'll set up a throw. And he rifles one incomplete.
That incompletion is not a surprise with the way that this one has gone, and the frustration, the body language is evident everywhere. This team, they've really been put through the ringer in this one.
Now they face a 3rd and 10 after back-to-back incompletions. They're going to look to throw. He's going to let it fly. And now here's another interception. Picked off by Jair Alexander. And the Packers are going to get the football here at their own 40-yard line. Well, there's two sides to this coin. I mean, on one side, 5 interceptions now thrown for him. That's tough. But, man, this defense, they have been ball-hawking and impressive. But, Charles, let's flip it back over. If you're coaching a quarterback that's struggling this much at this stage of the game, do you maybe try to get him out?
I would think about it, and I think about it awfully hard. But also, you might want to look into his eyes, see what he has. He might be one of those players that you don't want to affect his confidence by actually pulling him out of the game. So you have to know your player. You have to know the situation.
Well, everybody was up there ready at the line of scrimmage, CD, but no snap, and the delay of game ensued.
Yeah, and I'm sure their head coach is asking the exact same thing. What's going on out there? Almost like they thought they had more time than actually was on the clock.
And maybe a measure of revenge there. He's had his way in this one, but this time they get him behind the line. Well, CD, always a little extra excitement for Week 1, and one of our early window games here in Week 1 on a Sunday comes to a close. Good to be back in the booth with you, my friend.
And it's good to be back in the booth with you as well. And we know that not everyone's going to start the season 1-0, right? Half the league is going to have a loss on their record. But everyone's going to have to build off of that opening. And how many coaches tell us every